Shalom everyone, Parashat Noach, Tafshin Peivav. Mori v'Rabbi Arav Aaron Lichtenstein Zichrono Livracha once gave a talk about the positive and negative foundations of Western culture. It was a 45-minute talk from which I will touch on one point that I consider to be central in his talk. A key positive element in Western culture, according to Arav Lichtenstein, is the belief that human beings have the ability to fulfill what is stated already in Bereshit Perek Aleph in the creation of man, Mil'u et haaretz v'chivshua, fill the earth and subdue it. Or in Perek Chet, in Tehillim, it says, you have placed everything beneath his feet, meaning Hashem has placed the entire world under human beings' control. The human ability to investigate, to discover, to create, which has been revealed, has been developing throughout human history, and has reached extraordinary and significant achievements in recent generations, is a central positive accomplishment of Western culture. However, this very achievement often leads to pride and arrogance. Man forgets that he is here to serve and repair the world of the Master of the universe, of Ribon HaOlam, of Hashem, and mistakenly believes that he himself is the sovereign, the master. As stated in Sefer Dvarim, a person might say, Kochi v'yadzi asali et hachayil hazeh, my strength and my hand made me this wealth, and he forgets the next pasuk, which says, but you shall remember Hashem, for it is Hashem who gives you the strength to make wealth. Harav Lichtenstein continues and points out that this same error, thinking that human ability is the peak and that man himself is the sovereign, can lead to a process that eventually diminishes the human being, empties him of his noble aspirations, weakens his ability to restrain himself, and undermines his willingness to act with devotion for causes greater than himself, and in turn, this can lead to the downfall of an entire society. Arav Lichtenstein sees all of this reflected in the sin of the tree of knowledge, Chet Etz Hadat. The serpent says to the woman, for on the day you eat from it, your eyes will be opened and you will be like God. And indeed, the woman lifts up her eyes, and the pasuk says she saw that the tree was good for food and that it was desirable for the eyes. She eats from the tree of knowledge, from Etz Hadat. Notice, says Arav Lichtenstein, that these are the two sides of the sins that we just discussed. They're both present here in the sin in Gan Eden. On the one hand, the thought that human beings' abilities can make him be like God, and on the other hand, the weakness of human beings in the face of desires and temptations that the world constantly places before us. The same two negative aspects of Western culture that Arav Lichtenstein mentioned before, and they're right here. The Torah is teaching us about these dangers right here in the beginning of the Torah in Bereshit. It's important to point out that the entire story of the sin in Gan Eden is filled with messages about dealing with the evil inclination, with the Yetzer Hara, and so on, but we won't get into that today. The correction of the sin is not to say, I'm worthless, I'm nothing, I can't do anything, I have no strength or importance. Rather, it is to believe that we are meant and able to take on the mission of repairing the world that Hashem placed upon us, using the powerful tools also of the modern world, and also to do this with faith in Hashem and with humility. As Rabbeinu Nisim says, yes, you can say, Kochi v'otzem yadi asali et hachayil hazeh, my strength and my might have hand made me this wealth. As long as you say, and remember that second pasuk that we mentioned before, because Hashem gave me the strength to achieve this wealth. Wait a minute. You wrote in the title that this is a Dvar Torah for Parashat Noach. So far, it's all about Parashat Bereshit. Excuse me, maybe you got a little mixed up? No mix-up. This is actually very relevant, all of this, to Parashat Noach. Because in Parashat Noach, we have two sins. First, the sin of corruption. All flesh had corrupted its way upon earth, which resulted in the flood in the Mabul. When human beings become indulgent and morally corrupt, all of creation becomes corrupted, and what follows is destruction, the Mabul. Then the sin of the Tower of Babel. The construction of the tower reveals impressive technological capabilities, but instead of using these abilities to correct the world, to repair the world of Hashem, human beings seek to build a tower to reach the heavens, v'naseh lanu Shem, and make a name for ourselves, not for the sake of Hashem's name. These are the same two aspects of sin we discussed earlier. After the flood, Hashem promises, I will never again curse the ground because of man. But can we human beings truly emulate the ways of Hashem? Can we promise to use the excellent tools of the modern world to fix the world, while also ensuring I will never again bring curse upon the land, not for myself, for the name of Hashem? Shabbat Shalom.